Ethical decision-making has been a long focus in education. Goodlad asked, why would professionally prepared teachers be necessary if their sole purpose is to teach children to read, write, and spell? Almost anyone can teach skills. However, if the purpose of the school includes the cultivation of character and decency and preparation for full participation in the human conversation, then teachers become necessary. Prior to 1994, corporal punishment was frequently used for discipline in South African schools. It was seen as an essential part of the schooling system and used to enrich the authoritarian and racial values of the apartheid system. In 1996, the Democratic government introduced a new system of education which abolished corporal punishment in schools. However, corporal punishment remains in practice in many schools even today. Many parents and teachers defend the use of corporal punishment, saying that only physical discipline is effective, despite the psychology that states the opposite. The case study details teachers who lashed hostile pupils for making a noise. Whether this was an ethical action will be analyzed through the four-component model of moral maturity and the obligations detailed by SACE. The four-component model maturity assumes that moral behaviors are built on considerations leading to dilemma resolutions at one of the three ethical judgment levels. The components include moral sensitivity, which involves the ability to interpret the reactions of other people and to be aware of how our actions affect others. The teachers involved failed to show the moral sensitivity with no apparent consideration for how the actions of beating the children will affect either the children nor the parents. Moral judgment, which refers to intuitions about what is morally fair, and moral motivation is the importance assigned to professional moral values or personal values when one is faced with an ethical dilemma. The above two are lacking, and the law of South Africa prohibits corporal punishment. The teachers have not acted in a manner which will uphold the legal requirements and the country, and will have acted on their personal values over their responsible obligations. Moral character, an individual's disposition to act on her moral convictions. The teachers have acted in the most basic level of moral reasoning, making the decisions of their own interests, the needs, and not maintaining legal duties to protecting basic rights and values of the learners. From a theological philosophy, the teachers would make their decisions based on the assessment of their consequences. As there are such severe legal consequences for corporal punishment, it does not seem like a logical decision to risk the consequences that will be imposed by SACE for corporal punishment, which would include warning, fire, or suspension from the register. The decision made by the educators to discipline the children through physical lashings cannot be justified as a good ethical decision. The developmental perspectives have not been met as the teachers have failed to cultivate a character of decency by humiliating and harming learners.